Mr. Martin, Josh Williams. Nice to meet you in person, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. I've been looking forward to sampling your company's products.
Always proud to spread the word of my company. I started out as a fan in 2009 when they began. Now I sell them for a living.
Gotta love what you do.
Exactly. Now, let's get down to the beer. The reason why we're here. And these beers I feel will go very well with your current menu. Because pairing beer isn't just for pairing with food isn't just for wine anymore.
I agree.
Pop these out of the way here. So I'll start out with the Helles Lager. Taste of that. Tell me what you think.
All right. It's nice and light.
Yeah, it's a more easy drinking style for your casual beer drinker. It's something that can go with a wide variety of dishes.
Nice.
I'm gonna go with a little twist on that. Blueberry lager. Tell me what you think of that.
It's a little sweeter than the last one.
The fresh blueberry provides a nice contrast to the mild, bitter citrus element. And this is a beer that, for fans who don't like it really bitter and are more prone to being fans of cider.
I know a few fans of cider.
Ah, excellent. Now, for fans of Blue Moon or the Goose Island 312, it's our local roots. It's the Unit 6 Hefeweizen.
I like the sounds of that.
And I always pair wheat beers with spicy foods because I feel the mild, earthy tones of the wheat beer provide a nice complement for any spicy dish, but also help break down the spiciness of the palate and help cleanse.
Really?
Yes. And it's one of the things you're really looking for in pairing beers with foods, the 3 C's, the complementing, contrasting, and cleansing. You're looking for similarities in the taste, plus a little bit of subtle differences here and there, and something to cleanse the palate. And if you nail all 3, you've got a beer that makes you crave the food more, and a food that makes you crave the beer more.
I really like the sounds of that.
Absolutely. Now, for the darker side of Rivertown, the Dunkel.
Aren't most dark beers typically heavy?
Not always. The Dunkel style is still well medium body with some sweet dark fruit, molasses, and bitter chocolate elements. And it's not quite as heavy like a stout or porter would be, so it won't weigh you down.
Nice.
And last, but definitely not least, the Hop Baron Double IPA. Now this is one for consumers who want a bigger, bolder beer than your average pale ale. It's a double IPA style, so more big grapefruit citrus tones and a bigger caramel malt backbone that'll satisfy any picky beer connoisseur.
That is a big beer.
Exactly. And do you have any questions for me at this time?
Since your company is still relatively small compared to many of the other beers I offer, will supply ever be an issue?
Absolutely not. We've been expanding our overall company for the past 2 years, and we've been able to more than supply our current distributionary chain.
Good, because I really like that your company is Cincinnati based, but I want to be sure I'm making the right investment.
I understand completely. We can offer you a diverse lineup of a bunch of all these great different beers at a very good price that I believe is certain to create a good return on your investment. I was talking with the owner of Longworth's actually earlier on today, and he said he still sells a lot of our product. He still has a really big fan base.
Good to hear.
And the trend has become people want more locally produced goods lately. And that's more than just produce at local farmers markets. The so-called king of beers has been reporting profit losses due to the craft beer movement that's really been emerging over the past 10 years due to changing tastes with the average consumer. Plus, the Craft Brewers Association, and these guys are pretty big. They represent a number of craft breweries across the U.S. Did a study and released it recently, it was like 2 or 3 months ago, citing that bars and restaurants who increased their craft beer selections, increased their overall profit margins by 20%.
Wow.
And I can tell by the decor here that you are proud of your Cincinnati roots. The implosion of Synergy Field, I remember being there for that. You know, I can tell you are proud of your Cincinnati roots. And we at Rivertown are the same. We love Cincinnati, we love being based here, and we feel we can fit in perfectly with your establishment and your customers.
I'll drink to that.
Absolutely. Care for a little more?
Sure.
For you?